Hi everyone! So for today's video, we will going to talk about the non-digital and digital skills and tools in delivering technology-enhanced lessons. Teaching becomes rewarding when learners get the most from instruction as manifested in their performance. An important element in engaging learners is when the strategy used in delivering the lesson uses an instructional materials. These instructional materials may come in varied forms. One group refers to the conventional and non-digital tools. This module presents both non-digital and digital tools. So, fasten your seatbelt and be ready to explore the Lesson 1, Development and Use of Non-Digital or Conventional Materials.
According to Ifyong and Ijeri 2015, instructional materials defined as print and non-print items that are listed to impact information to students in the educational processes. There are several rules of instructional materials in teaching and learning. First, they promote meaningful communication and effective learning. Second, they ensure better retention, thus making learning more permanent. Third, they help to overcome the limited classroom by making the inaccessible accessible. Fourth, they provide a common experience upon which late learning can be developed. And the last one, they encourage participation, especially if students are allowed to manipulate materials used. According to Hegler 2014, instructional materials refer to any pre-existing materials that are being incorporated as well as to those that will be specifically developed for the objectives. There are also factors to consider in developing instructional materials. 1. Develop a storyboard and working outline based on the subject goals and objectives. Second, identify existing institutional resources including materials and teachers' capability. Third, the teacher may research the shelf materials that have been developed by others to determine if their approach could be useful. Number 4, explore the possibility of adapting concepts of other teachers without infringing on anyone's copy-protected design. Fifth, modify existing materials based on the objectives of the lesson. Sixth, if the instructional materials are effective, you can share them with other teachers. And lastly, the teacher developer can also sell her or his materials available.
Instructional materials are a great help in stimulating and facilitating the learning of the learners. All audiovisual materials have positive contribution to language learning as long as they are used at the right time and in a right place. In the teaching and learning process, learners use their eyes and ears, but their eyes is their basic learning. The following are the examples of instructional materials. First one, diorama. Dioramas are small scenes created of layers of materials, all depicting a similar concept or theme display, historical time period, a nature scene, or a fictional situation. It will make the classroom to be more creative and innovative. In developing diorama, you must choose a concept or theme, research the subject, make a rough sketch of your ideal diorama, make a list of items you'll need and gather your supplies, and the last one, select container or box.
Nature table. This is a table that contains objects or scenes related to the current season of a coming festival or a symbol of an ecosystem. Children love to follow the natural changes that the world offers each month, and classroom decoration reflect this. Writing board. A writing board can display information written with chalkboard or blackboard, or special pens, whiteboard. Although there are usually more effective methods of transmitting information, the writing board is still the most commonly used visual aid. So, there are some suggestions on using the writing board. First is keep the board clean. Second, use chalk or pens that contrast with the background of the board so that students can see the information clearly. Third, make text and drawings large enough to be seen from the back of the room. Fourth, prepare complex drawings in advance. If very complex, an overhead transparency or 35 slide may be preferable. Fifth is underline headings and important or unfamiliar words for emphasis. Then sixth, do not talk while facing the board. 7. Do not block the students' views of the board. Stands aside when writing or drawing is completed. And last is allow sufficient time for students to copy the information from the board.
Now, let's proceed to the number 4, flip chart. Flip chart is a large tablet or pad of paper, usually on a tripod or a stand. There are 10 suggestions of flip chart. First, use wide tip pens or markers. Second, print in block letters that are large enough to be read easily. Third, use different colored pens to provide contrast. 4. Use headings, boxes, cartoons, and borders to improve appearance page. Number 5. Use bullet to delicate items on a page. Number 6. Leave plenty of white space and avoid putting too much information on one page. Number 7. When pages are prepared in advance, use other page. Number 8. Have masking tape available to put pages up around the room. Number 9. To hide a portion of page, fold up the lower portion of the page and tape it. And lastly, face the student, not the flip chart, while talking. We're done with the flip chart and the suggestion of flip chart. Now let's proceed to the zigzag board. Zigzag board is a multi-board series of 3 or 4 rectangular boards. They are joined together along the side by hinges so that they can easily folded. The size of the board of the zigzag multi-board depends on what you want to use to them or what do you want to use for.
Wall display. Displaying items on a classroom wall is a well-known, tried and tested educational method. A wall display is a collection of many different types of items and materials put up on a wall to make an interesting and informative display. Roof and pole display board. This board consists of 2 parallel, horizontal poles tied loosely together with roof. This kind of display board is invaluable where there are few solid walls for displaying information. It has no solid backing and can be made quickly for teaching, training, and with working with communities. Guidelines when designing conventional instructional materials. 1. Unity. Use only one idea for each visual aid and include a headline. 2. Simplicity. Make ideas and relationships simple and easy to recall. Avoid cluttering a visual aid with too many words, numbers, or graphics. The audience should be able to grasp the concept in 10 to 15 seconds. Number 3. Legibility. Make letters big and readable for all in the audience. Number 4. Consistency. Use the same type style and art style. 5. Clarity. Avoid type that is too small to read and avoid all capital letters.
That's all for today's class. I hope you enjoy exploring and learning. Thank you.